So on Kotaku, we got teens and teachers say Fortnite Mobile is destroying some schools. Full disclosure, I made Jesse put this on.
Yes. He wasn't going to include it, and we're like, no. We have to. If we can talk about Toad's head not being a hat, we can talk about this.
That's partly why I asked Axel to go with this news story. Yes, this is from Kotaku, written by Patricia
Hernandez.
Yeah. So what does this tell us, Axel?
So it says, for months now, teachers everywhere have heard students talk about Fortnite, the world's latest obsession, nonstop. While the popularity of the game is nothing new, its release on iOS has apparently only made things more intense. Fortnite is now a huge distraction you can now take anywhere after all. Many schools have rules against cell phones, but judging from posts on social media, nothing can stop students from booting up the ruthless shooter. The ruthless. Everyone is playing it, teens say, so schools have tried to ban it. It's a huge enough problem that some schools are reportedly having Wi-Fi problems as teens try their best to survive the battle royale through shared networks. People are fighting over the game, or they're ignoring schoolwork, and in some schools it's all Fortnite all the time now. Students aren't the only ones taking to Twitter about this phenomenon.
Yes, there are a ton of tweets about this, but the article continues and says, there's been a rise in the number of incidents with students walking into classes while playing the game. Nick something says, a high school AP computer science teacher told Kotaku they started a match during lunch or before school and need to finish the 10 to 15 minute long matches. I have noticed in my room students sitting next to each other trying to play while pretending to do work. For many of us, playing games during school time is an old hat. I remember sneaking a Game Boy under my desk in elementary school. Plenty of people have memories of playing games on their calculators too. What makes Fortnite different is that it is a meaty and intense game that everyone is playing because it's free. Plus, if you're bad at Fortnite, you can still just watch others and have a blast. It's a great spectator sport. The temptation to play or watch it and chum around with your peers is bigger than most games that have come before it. According to Nick Fisher, the teacher with the Fortnite mobile confiscation bin tweet, part of what makes Fortnite so viral for kids is that its culture is tied to social media. Players feel compelled to talk about Fortnite with other people to make their prowess public. When you mix in the fact that you have to Snapchat every dub win you get, or Snapchat your friends losing, it merges two of the biggest distractions in school. I would say Snapchat is a bigger issue than games, but Fortnite marries the two of them into a monster. Phones are enough of a necessity that students can use them during designated times, like lunch breaks. But there's still some marvel over how much Fortnite is taking over students' lives. My school allows phones during the lunch breaks, and instead of socializing, all they do is play Fortnite, said high school teacher Priscilla Cullen. It continues with more quotes, but I think everybody gets the idea. Basically, they are going to be tearing down all of the schools and making dedicated Fortnite community buildings.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. Yes. You know, when I was in high school, though, like, people would put StarCraft on a thumb drive and then play it in the classroom, like at the computers or in the library.
But you
or
would put
Counter-Strike. StarCraft, like the first one, like the original StarCraft, or Brood War.
You would put actual PC games on a thumb drive.
And then you plug it into the school computer and you could run it on the computer. and then we'd play like Counter-Strike.
That's way smarter.
People play Counter-Strike on the they'd been installed on the network, and the teachers were not smart enough to figure out that was done. And then you play Counter-Strike, like people would play Counter-Strike all throughout these computer classes or in the library or whatever, like all the time. Like this is not a new phenomenon. Like this, this has always been happening.
I'm with the teacher on this, to where when I was in school, it was just like, hey, let's play Pokemon on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Like I get it. Like maybe this is a little more addictive than like those games at the time. Although, like, I don't know, Counter-Strike, like the people who played Counter-Strike at school, like they were really into it. It's like
Yeah.
really, really into it. So I don't know, but I get it that it's very much a distraction, but I don't think this is a new thing at all. Like people have always been sneaking games into school as long as we've had games.
Now we just got to get the commoners to argue about which is better, Fortnite or PUBG.
Oh no!
I mean,
don't
what?
start that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I actually haven't played either yet, so I have no opinion on that. But it's
I
funny because
was-
I've watched friends argue.
I was forced to play Fortnite,
Yeah,
so
sorry to hear that.
yes, it was a lonely lonely time. I actually played. I want to say Gibbs was in it, but it may have just been Cece and some of her friends. Maybe Gibbs Overwatch was with Gibbs. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah. No.
So
But yeah, what are your thoughts on this, Mandy?
I don't play Fortnite, so I don't know. But I mean, kids will find anything. So, like,
Maybe just crack down on it, you know?
make the Wi-Fi suck at your
there you
or
go.
lock it or something.
Yeah.
Change the
Or just
password
turn
for
it
the-
off when lunch is over.
Or some kids just play after they finish their work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like with students, like they'll find a distraction if they're not motivated to work.
Yeah.
Like they will find a way if they don't want to do the work. Like that's just how teenagers are. You know, it's so if it's not Fortnite, it's gonna be something else, right? I'm not saying that we shouldn't, like do something, but necessarily blaming this one thing is not. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't played Fortnite, so I can't really be the defender, but
It's probably a problem, just not the problem with Fortnite specifically.
yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Find a way to motivate your students.
Okay. Here's the thing. You kind of touched on it, Daniel. So,
Yeah.
Axel and Mandy. Were there any games that you were tempted to play instead of doing schoolwork, or that you tried to sneak into classes and play?
No, because I like to have my space while I play. I can't play in like school and stuff.
Oh,
That's just me.
Mhm.
So I waited till I just got home or it was designated free time. But in high school, I would just finish my work, put it down, and play my DS.
Yeah.
I never had that problem of tempting or anything.
Yeah.
all right. What about you, Axel?
At times I had distraction issues when I would be studying, but it would usually just be like dumb stuff. Like I'd be like, well, I can put it off for a minute, so I wouldn't like go and do something else, if you know what I mean. So, no, not really. I never really played when I was doing schoolwork. There are lots of things I played when I should have been doing something else,
Yeah.
though, and I think the king of that is League of Legends. I played more League than I probably should have.
That was during your ghost years?
Mostly
Or
before
you-
it, some during.
before you were revived?
Yeah, mostly before it.
Oh, okay.
Before I disappeared.
All right.
Maybe a little after.
This brings us to our first discussion topic. So for the discussion topics, I do a new intro for them. So are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Think
Yes,
of...
sir.
So what we're going to do, since we're going to name off one, or if you guys would rather do two, but we'd have to go through them a little bit faster if we did two. But it says top 5, so it's essentially, since there's 4 of us, we would each name off what we think our most emotional moment was, and then on the 5th one, we would all come together and agree.